Call this meeting of the Moberly City Council to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Brubaker,
Here.
Lucas,
Here.
Jeffrey,
Here.
Kaiser,
Here.
Kimmons.
Here.
Okay, at this time, if there's anyone here that would like to address the council tonight, please fill out one of the green cards located in the foyer, back there in the foyer, and present it to the clerk. You'll have 4 minutes to address the council at the end of the meeting. Next, approval of the agenda.
So move.
I was going to say, is there any corrections or changes?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of the minutes. Are there any corrections or changes to the minutes of the last council meeting?
Motion
Hearing
to
none,
approve.
I ask for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Passes. Next, recognition of visitors. Brian, do you have anyone tonight?
None at this time, Mayor.
None? Okay. Then I have communication requests, informational items. Anything on that, Brian? Okay. At this time, have a public hearing and receipt of bids. So for the public hearing, item number 2 on the agenda, we'll have the public hearing for the 2023 proposed property tax rates. At this time, open up the public hearing, open the floor for any discussion or comments for or against this item.
Mayor and Council, we did publish the 2023 proposed property tax rates in the Moberly Monitor Index. The city is required to hold a public hearing for citizen input and comment each year. These are proposed rates provided by the city by the Missouri State Auditor, Nicole Galloway. And the city must adopt an ordinance by September 1st of each year in order to collect taxes for the year. And we plan to bring an ordinance establishing the tax levy for the city of Missouri, Moberly, Missouri, for the year of 2023 back to the council in August after we receive the certified tax rates from the Missouri State Auditor.
Okay. Is there any more comments or questions? Hearing no further comments, let it be recorded that the public hearing was held for the 2023 proposed property tax rates. And I will close the public hearing at this time. Next is receipt of bids. Brian, you want to?
Yes, Mayor. We received bids for the new dispatch furniture and Motorola radios. The radios was through Motorola, and the dispatch furniture was through Watson. We ask that these bids be accepted.
Is there any questions or discussion on this item? I know we discussed it last meeting in work session. If not, do I have approval? A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Or second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Next, I have the consent agenda.
Oh, wait.
No, we got the city hall.
Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped one. Yeah. Thank you. Receipt of bids for the City Hall air duct cleaning.
Yes, Mayor. We received bids for the City Hall air duct cleaning. After reviewing the bids, we are recommending moving forward with Stanley Steamer. We ask that these bids be accepted.
Any questions, discussion on that?
I do have one question. I just wanted to make sure that the city did make a valiant effort to try to find a locally owned company to do this. I see that there's some on the list. I see that there's not some on the list, but I just want to make sure that a specific effort had been made to try to keep this local if possible. And I assume that maybe the ones that didn't turn in a bid just don't do this kind of work. So,
Yes, we found that there's no local companies that are doing this
Okay.
at this time. There used to be, but they've got out of that business.
okay. I want to make sure, and I can't speak for the rest of the council, but if we're spending funds, that we try to keep as much of it as local as humanly possible. So thank you for that.
Any other questions, discussion? Is there a motion to accept the bids?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
We have a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Passes. Now we're on to the consent agenda. We have several items on the consent agenda. Is there any item that you would like to have left out of this at this time? Y'all okay with this? Hearing none, is there a motion to read the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Thompson, please read the consent agenda by title one time.
Resolution number R1453, a resolution accepting the bid and authorizing contracting with R.L. Boone Construction Company for the Regional Detention Basin and committing to payment of the difference between the bid amount and the grant amount. Resolution R1454, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a letter agreement with Barr Engineering Company for professional services related to Moberly Seven Bridges CSO Basin improvements. Resolution R1455, a resolution accepting the bid of Motorola for police and fire department radios and a dispatch radio console for Moberly Joint Communications. And Resolution R1456, a resolution accepting the bid of Watson Consoles for dispatch furniture for Moberly Joint Communications. That's it.
Any discussion on this? If not, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Consent agenda is passed. Next, I have ordinances, resolutions, number 9.
Yes,
No, go ahead, Austin.
yes, Mr. Mayor. I have an ordinance approving a First Amendment to cooperative agreement for joint central dispatch. Asked to be read twice for consideration.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Randall, if you could read that first time, please.
An ordinance approving,
Point of order. We didn't vote.
I'm sorry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Now, Randall, would you read that, please?
an ordinance approving a First Amendment to cooperative agreement for joint central dispatch.
Any discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
So move.
Second?
No. Got to read ordinance twice.
Okay. Thank you. Randall, will you read twice, please?
An ordinance approving a First Amendment to cooperative agreement for joint central dispatch.
Thank you. Now, is there a motion for approval?
I've got a question.
Okay. I have a question.
Mr. Crane, so this is our final version. What are you calling this, 5.0?
This is 5.6.
5.6? And what's the status? I mean, has any of the other two entities signed this, or are we going to be the first?
We would be the first. It's been forwarded to each one's board for approval. I think midweek last week.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? If not, do I have a Motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
Oh, I'm
You gotta
sorry.
do roll call on ordinance.
Brubaker,
Yes.
Lucas,
Yes.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
Kaiser,
Yes.
Kimmons,
Yes.
Next, I have an ordinance adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Mr. Mayor, I have an ordinance adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the preliminary development plat and planned development district application of Tony Stewart. Asked for to be read twice for consideration.
We have a motion for it to be read. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Randall, would you do the first reading?
An ordinance adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the preliminary development plat and planned development district application of Tony Stewart for property located in the 400 block of North 4th Street.
Is there any further discussion? Second reading, please.
An ordinance adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the preliminary development plat and planned development district application of Tony Stewart for property located in the 400 block of North 4th Street.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved.
Second?
Have a motion second. Roll call, please.
Brubaker,
Yes.
Lucas,
Yes.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
Kaiser,
Yes.
Kimmons,
Yes.
Ordinance passes. Number 11,
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have an ordinance adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the rezoning application of Tony Stewart for property located in Williams' second addition to the city of Mobley. I ask that it be read twice for consideration of passage.
we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. First reading.
An ordinance adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the rezoning application of Tony Stewart for property located in Williams' second addition to the city of Moberly.
Any further discussion? No? Second reading, please.
An ordinance adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the rezoning application of Tony Stewart for property located in Williams' second addition to the city of Moberly.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved?
Second.
A motion and second. Roll call, please.
Brubaker,
Yes.
Lucas,
Yes.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
Kaiser,
Yes.
Kimmons,
Yes.
Ordinance passes. Number 12.
Mr. Mayor, I have an ordinance adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the rezoning application of Tony Stewart for property located in the 400 block of North 4th Street. I ask that it be read twice for consideration of passage.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. First reading, please.
An ordinance adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the rezoning application of Tony Stewart for property located in the 400 block of North 4th Street.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, second reading, please.
An ordinance adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the rezoning application of Tony Stewart for property located in the 400 block of North 4th Street.
Any further discussion? If not, can I have a motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Roll call.
Brubaker,
Yes.
Lucas,
Yes.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
Kaiser,
Yes.
Kimmons,
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Number 13, ordinance.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have an ordinance approving a Fifth Amendment to purchase option, has to be read twice for consideration.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. First reading.
An ordinance approving a Fifth Amendment to purchase option and providing further authority.
Any further discussion? Austin?
I noticed that the original contract was dated March of 2020. So I'd like to publicly thank Matt Brownfield for not requesting additional money or anything to keep holding this and extending this over and over. We're now on our fifth, so I just want to publicly say thank you. So,
Any other discussion? Second reading, please.
An ordinance approving a Fifth Amendment to purchase option and providing further authority.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved?
We have a motion, is there a second?
second,
Second. Roll call, please.
Brubaker,
Yes.
Lucas,
Yes.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
Kaiser,
yes,
Kimmons,
Yes.
Number 14, we have a resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution recording the destruction of certain local government records and ask for it to be read once for consideration.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. First and only reading.
A resolution recording the destruction of certain local government records.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion to approve.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Resolution's passed. Number 15.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution approving Moberly State revolving fund applications submittal to DNR and authorizing the city manager to submit the application. I ask it to be read once for consideration and passage.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. First and only reading.
Resolution of governing body of applicant, resolution R1458.
Any further discussion? Derek?
I guess this would be for Dana, but do you have an approximation on what the amount of the bond financing request principal will be?
I do not have that, nor do I have the amount that we'd be requesting at this time. Jacobs Engineering is investigating that. It's asking for money that we would spend in the future on an unknown quantity of replacements.
Well, at some point you'll have to know, right?
We do. Jacobs is due to give me an estimate later this week, according to my meeting today, but I regret that tonight I do not have those numbers.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Resolution passes. Number 16.
Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution approving a written consent to assignment with Mid-America Bank. I ask to be read once for consideration of passage.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. First and only reading.
A resolution approving a written consent to assignment with Mid-America Bank.
Is there any further discussion?
I have one question.
Go ahead.
My understanding is they have a lease with us. This is saying, hey, if they default, we'll give up the claim to the land so the bank can up on a default. My question is, if they satisfy the terms with the bank, then do we retain, does that go away, this agreement?
It would. This is the second time we've done this with someone financing a hangar out at the airport.
Okay.
And the bank requires this consent as part of the financing. So I've seen no risk to the city because the bank is standing in the shoes of the lessee,
Right?
and they'll be confined to all the terms of the lease, just like Excel Air 8 would be.
Okay, so once that's satisfied, we maintain ownership of the land.
Yeah, it's a 15-year lease, and
Right.
according to our lease, after 15 years, they have a first option, but yes, it comes back to the city.
Okay, fair enough.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Resolution passes. Number 17.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution approving an agreement for City Hall air duct cleaning services. Asked to be read once for consideration.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. First and only reading.
A resolution approving an agreement for City Hall air duct cleaning services.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Resolution passes. Number 18, resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution permitting the Mobley Rotary Club, Altrusa Club, Fraternal Order of Eagles, and the Knights of Columbus to locate and operate a carnival in downtown Mobley from June 14th to June 17th, 2023. And I'd ask for it to be read for consideration.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. First and only reading.
A resolution permitting the Moberly Rotary Club, Altrusa Club, Fraternal Order of Eagles, and the Knights of Columbus to locate and operate a carnival in downtown Moberly from June 14 to June 17, 2023, and the closure of downtown streets and the operation of a beer garden during the 17th Annual Railroad Days.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. Resolution passes. Number 19.
Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to accept and execute a grant agreement for the Fennel Community Center. I ask that it be read once for consideration of passage.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. First and only reading.
A resolution authorizing the city manager to accept and execute a grant agreement for the Fennel Community Center.
Is there any further discussion? Mr. Jeffrey?
So if I understand this, this is to accept the grant that we have to match, but then at some point then that will come back to council as to what and how we're actually going to spend. I know there's a lot of discussion in this resolution about potentially what to do, but the final plan will come back to us as far as approval.
Yeah, once we actually start the work and the contracting, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so what we're actually going to do, we're going to approve it before you start the work, would we not?
Yeah, this just approves the grant agreement. Once that's approved, then we'll actually start the process of doing the
Right.
about $1 million worth of work.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And that's what'll come back.
I had a question also. Brian, on the grant, is there a time period as far as a limitation when we have to have it done?
Yeah, I don't remember the month, but it's 2026.
September 30, 2026.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So move.
In a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Resolution passes. Number 20.
Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution appropriating money out of the treasury of the city of Moberly, Missouri to pay expenses due between April 28, 2023 and May 11th, 2023 in the amount of $423,071.39. Has to be read once for consideration of passage.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those approve say aye.
Aye.
Okay, aye. Say nay. If you oppose. Appropriation resolution passes.
Gotta have a vote.
Aye.
Voted like that.
our reading.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. I was getting ahead of myself here.
A resolution appropriating money out of the Treasury of the City of Moberly, Missouri to pay expenses due between April 28, 2023 and May 11, 2023 in the amount of $423,071.39.
I hereby certify that there is sufficient money standing to the credit of the City of Moberly, Missouri, unappropriated in the funds identified in this resolution to meet the requirements of this resolution. City Treasury Gregory L. Hodge. Next is official reports. What?
Gotta have a vote.
Oh, thank you. All those in favor, or excuse me, is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Jerry.
Second?
We have a motion, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. That resolution passes. Now we have the official reports, department head monthly reports. Anyone have any questions, comments?
I have a few.
Okay, go ahead.
The first one's on the wayfinding signage. Is I guess is Tom not here?
Tom's not here.
Oh, okay. Maybe you can answer it.
Yeah.
Well, what's the time frame that we expect to possibly see the potential drawings and whatnot that to choose from?
We've got some drafts that they're currently looking at that staff's reviewing, and probably in the next few weeks they'll produce those.
Relatively soon.
Yeah.
Okay. I know they've been working on that a while, and I was curious when that might come to play. I also had a question in regards to the water. I gotta find it. Oh, on our report, and you may have to explain this to me, but year-to-date average water loss, monthly average 7.3%. Does that mean that we're ultimately losing 7.3% of the water that we buy? Is that, am I interpreting that correctly?
That's a 12-month running average of the unaccounted for water. So whether it's tiny little pinhole leaks into the ground, or it's not metered correctly, or there's a usage somewhere else that we're not accounting for, it could be any or all of those things.
Comparatively to other cities of our size, is that normal? Is that average?
First thing I'd like to say is it fluctuates in Moberly month to month based on, that's why I'm giving a 12-month running average. In Moberly, it fluctuates a little bit because of the numbers, but 7% would be considered excellent. Anything hovering plus or minus around 10% would be considered normal.
Very good. Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
Austin? I'm good. Anything? Okay. Thank you. Anything else to come before the council?
Yes, Mayor, we have a park board appointment. City Council moved forward 3 names last meeting. Harris, Richardson, and I'm drawing a blank.
Meister.
Was it Meister? Yeah. I think we're the 3 that were moved forward.
Any discussion on any of those? We have to vote on that too. Do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve the 3 names as recommended.
Have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Passes. Anything else, Brian?
I think you got a
For
speaker.
you? Pardon me?
I think you got a speaker.
Yeah, I do. Okay, at this time, if there's anyone that would like to address the council, if you would please step up. Give us your name and address, please.
Roger Christie, 815 Garfield.
I think we need to turn that on. Welcome, Roger.
honorable members of city council. Good evening. My name is Roger Christie. And for nearly 2 decades, Moberly and Randolph County have been my cherished home. A place where my wife and I decided to raise our 3 children. For about half of this time, I have been a dedicated police officer. For almost half of that time was proudly serving the city of Moberly and its residents. I have witnessed firsthand the struggles I am here today to address. The struggles not only impacted my own life, but also left an incredible mark as a first responder within our community, where I stood by the side of numerous citizens directly affected by these challenges. I stand before you today as a co-director of a grant sponsored by a nonprofit here locally that's been awarded that the grant has been awarded to our community based on its urgent need. I'm here to inform you, my esteemed community leaders, that this need has been acknowledged, heard, and is being addressed thoroughly through tangible measures implemented within our community. The Missouri Foundation for Health has generously granted us the opportunity to implement essential changes by providing education, awareness, and support in the critical area of firearm suicide prevention. However, before we can tackle this specific issue and the broader challenges of suicide prevention, we must first address various underlying factors such as mental wellness, education, and resource deficiencies that could drive individuals to resort to self-harm. I want to emphasize that my purpose here today is not to request anything from you except for your support for this grant and our collective mission to promote mental wellness, prevent suicide, firearm suicides, and reduce the prevalency of suicides in general. Discussing this topic in private is already difficult, let alone to stand before you as my city council, the esteemed leaders of my community. Nonetheless, we must confront and alleviate the stigmas associated with this crisis. Tragically, suicide ranks as the third leading cause of death in Moberly, with half of all suicides in Randolph County for 2021 involving firearms. The Florida Atlantic University College of Medicine has highlighted the alarming fact that suicide has become the second leading cause of premature death among individuals ages 10 to 24, and it holds the tragic distinction of being the leading cause of death for teenagers ages 13 through 14. It may surprise you to learn that firearm suicide represents a pressing issue within our community. In the state of Missouri, firearms account for 60% of all suicides. A statistic that surpasses the state's firearm homicide rate by 2.4 times. Randolph County, Missouri mirrors this trend with firearms being the most prevalent method of suicide, exceeding the state's average according to the data from the Missouri Institute of Mental Health and the Department of Senior Services. These numbers are not merely statistics. They represent our neighbors, our friends, our family, individuals who silently battled mental health issues and felt trapped without an escape. It is incumbent upon us to take action address this crisis head on and promote and prevent the loss of precious lives. So what actions are we undertaking in our community to promote mental wellness and prevent suicides, particularly firearm suicides? We have joined forces with our local youth 4-H director and Lighthouse Counseling to deliver a comprehensive 16-week mental wellness and suicide prevention course to 7th and 8th graders at Higbee School, providing them with essential education, tools, and resources. Building upon this success, we expanded this course to include 6th graders at Rennick School, and we have just completed that course there. Our intention is to sustain this educational program in these schools while extending its reach to other educational institutions within our community. Furthermore, we have established a partnership with Ritter Guns, a local gun store whose owner is a concealed carry weapons instructor, who offers the CCW training to the citizens with our grant covering any associated cost. Participants in this program receive comprehensive firearm education and training, equipping them with the knowledge necessary for responsible firearm ownership. Additionally, each participant is provided with a free gun safe to ensure secure storage when their weapon is not in use or being carried. During these training sessions, Lighthouse Counseling also conducts the Safer Homes program, which raises awareness about the potential dangers of easy access to firearms and medication during times of crisis. While our efforts encompass the entire community, it is crucial to note that men in the middle years, specifically between the ages of 35 and 64, as well as our veterans, disproportionately utilize firearms as a means to end their lives. To identify gaps in our community's response to suicide, we sought to get the input of Moberly and Randolph County residents. They expressed a dire need for an enhancement in education, resources, and support for individuals affected by suicide and its aftermath. In response to their valuable input, we now host a suicide survivors and bereavement support group on the third Tuesday of every month at Lighthouse Counseling. Their group is open to anyone who's been impacted by suicide or loss. Understanding the sensitivity of the topic, we create a safe place where attendees are not obligated to speak or share their experiences. Our counselor-led sessions provide information, resources, and if desired, additional assistance. Together, we possess the power to save lives and instill hope to those who are suffering. Allow me to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude for any future commitment to these crucial issues facing our community. Your dedication to promoting mental wellness and raising awareness about suicide is commendable, and we deeply appreciate your support. If you have any ideas or suggestions on how we can further expand our efforts to save lives, I wholeheartedly encourage you to share them with me. Your input is invaluable, and I'm eager to hear from you. In conclusion, let me persevere and let us persevere in our united efforts to address mental health challenges and prevent suicides within our community. Let us continue to support one another and create an environment that nurtures mental well-being. Let our community be a sanctuary of safety and support to all its residents. Together, we can make a profound difference and save countless lives. Thank you for your unwavering commitment and for the opportunity to address you today. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions, discussion? Roger, thank you very much. I have to admit, I did not realize how many people commit suicide in Randolph County until My mother did. My mother took her life when I was 31 years old, and believe me, it was an eye opener. But appreciate your efforts.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else to address the council? If not, do you have a motion to adjourn to work session followed by closed session to discuss the status?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. So that's the end of, oh, I'm sorry, roll call.
Brubaker,
Yes.
Lucas,
Yes.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
Kaiser,
Yes.
Kimmons.
Yes.
So now, work session. First one I have is number one, discussion regarding a Tanning Hill water line project, change order and decrease in contract costs. Who wants to take that one?
That would be me. That's gonna be the answer for most of them, actually.
Okay. Go ahead.
This is a change order to have us take care in-house of a couple of squares of sidewalk and a storm inlet on the corner for that project, rather than have the original general contractor take care of it. There were some trip hazards there, and there was going to be a delay as to when he could respond to that, so we removed it from the contract with his consent and are going to take care of that ourselves.
Okay. Anyone have any questions?
I think it's great to see one go down.
Other questions? We'll move on to number two. Request from Stewart Custom Homes.
I'll fill in for Tom on that one.
Okay.
This is part of the infill housing. There are lots on 936 Franklin and 512 Roberts. And these were originally included in the request for proposals for infill housing by developers, and no one originally requested to develop these two lots. Mr. Stewart now is coming forward and willing to take on these two lots. So it would be a cooperative agreement for infill housing. There are a couple of title issues still to be worked out, so it might not come back to you at the very next meeting. It could be a couple of meetings further down the road.
Okay.
But it will be for the infill housing where we deed the property to them. They make a commitment to get a house built within a certain amount of time.
Sounds good. Any questions? You okay moving that forward?
Mhm.
Okay, we'll move that one forward. Number three, discussion regarding the ordinance establishing new water and sewer rates. I think yes. Dana.
That would be correct. Mayor, this is a look at annual according with the budget in order to make the budget balance. It was decided that additional funding would be needed. We are in the future looking at I don't know how to word it, a sponsored rate study, meaning we have a state agency that's willing to pay for a rate study for us to take a little bit deeper look into our finances for future projects to see where we fall and how we can best address those.
Any questions for Dana? Go ahead.
Would not the answer to that be to get more grants?
That would be one answer. Part of the rate study and this financing is to look at this adjustment is to look at how our capital needs are being met and where our revenues are coming from, to look at what our abilities are not only next year or the year after, but 10 years or 20 years or even 30 years into the future to let us make good decisions with those monies.
Mr. Mayor, it's not our rate, but I heard, I believe in the media that American Water has requests on go to the PSC for, I think, St. Louis County, that they're asking for 25% increase in their water. So
Wow.
This is pretty minute compared to that.
Yeah, I have to admit, when I read that, it was a lot lower than what I thought it would be.
And when I worked on the western side of the state, it was from Kansas City addressing some of their cities that they sold services to. It's going to be 16% every year for the next few years. So
Wow.
Okay. Any other questions? You okay moving that forward?
Yes.
Okay, we'll move that one forward. Next, I have number 4, discussion regarding a letter agreement with Jacobs Engineering Group.
on-call engineering services, these are the things that aren't addressed by a scope, an otherwise scope addressed to a single project. In other words, we have questions or we would like for them to look at or review plans, then we would submit and it would be covered by the on-call services. So it's a little bit of a catch-all. We have the same one with at least one other consultant as well.
Okay. Any questions? You okay moving that forward?
Yeah.
We'll move that forward. Number 5, a request from the YMCA.
Yes, Mayor, this is annual glow run that's in conjunction with Railroad Days on June 16th. It's going to start downtown, go to the park, and then come back downtown. Joe's here with the Y if there's any questions. Public Safety and Parks and Rec have looked at this and are recommending that we move it forward.
So they're gonna run all the way down to the park?
Yeah.
Just all in one day?
They said you could pick it up halfway if you wanted to.
Better not pass that.
Want to move that forward? Okay.
Does that sound right, Joe? It starts at Depot Park, I believe. Yeah.
We'll move that forward. Number 6, discussion regarding acceptance of a change in the contract amount from L&J Development. Dana?
The original construction cost for the kiosk install were less because it was planned to be in a different location. After a few months of staff review, consideration, and trying to anticipate the needs in the ideal location, a different location was chosen. As you can see today, actually, with the drive-through window being removed and it put actually in place of that drive-through window, and that necessitated a bit of extra cost.
I think originally it was gonna be inside, wasn't it?
It was going to be where the drop box is, but we
Okay.
wanted to retain the drop box for those customers who utilize it and not take that away from them. So instead, the drive-through window was going to go away anyway. So we just used that hole that was already in the wall for
Okay.
that.
I see.
And what you see now is not the finished product. There are some one-way glass windows that are going on either side of that, and we're awaiting delivery of those for the finish of that project.
Okay. Any questions? You okay moving that forward?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move that one forward. Number 7, discussion regarding Sturgeon and Rollins water line project, change order.
During the project, as those who travel Rollins Street noticed, and the lack of rain until this weekend, there was a good deal of dust involved with that project as the contractor excavated in the roadway and they refilled it with gravel, awaiting for the final road paving. And so in order to address a little bit of that dust that's wandering out there every time a car rolls over, we've done this change order so they could chip and seal it, waiting for planning and development of the street department's contractor to come and do the final finish on that roadway.
Okay.
And I would like to tell you I knew when that's going to be done. Other than that, it's going to be very soon. But I don't think it's going to be tomorrow, but it's scheduled very soon. That's the best that the contractor can give me.
What? So the chip and seal or
The chip and seal,
Okay.
yes. You would have to ask Tom about the other. I do not know.
We're thinking late summer for the.
So a long enough time period that justifies spending the
Yeah.
$4,500.
It's going to be late summer, early fall when they do the full overlay.
Okay.
Any other questions? Are you okay moving that forward?
Yes.
Okay, we'll move that one forward. Next, I have a police department grant application. Chief Link, welcome.
The police department is always looking for grants. This is the newest one that's come up that we just applied for. It's the 2023 Homeland Security Program. We're asking for about $23,000 to replace vests for our SWAT team. This will get us 8 vests based on the lowest bid. If we can pull any money from someplace else, we're going to go ahead and buy 10 at the price that we've got. But this grant is for 8 vests, $23,000 and a little bit over that. The grant's already been submitted. The grants from the state are relatively narrow window. It's either you have to be ready to get them and then you got to get them submitted by the deadline. So we have to come back and after the fact. And I know that you electronically signed it, which is helpful for us now. We don't have to chase people down for signatures, but it's been submitted and we're simply asking for you to approve that we applied for it.
Okay, any questions? Mr.
Chief,
Jeffrey?
when you all execute this, given you get the grant, is this a trade-in in vests? What happens with the old vests when you get the new vests?
The old vests are trashed. They're no use.
Really?
They've reached their life expectancy after 5 years. They're no longer considered usable. The warranty on them is out, and these particular vests had a lot of Velcro attachments. Some of those have sustained wear, and they're not fitting correctly and aren't staying in place. So although we may keep some of those vests around, they would not be frontline vests. They would be used as training or as other needs arise, but there's no resale on them. They're not reusable at that point. They have a 5-year manufacturer's warranty. Once that warranty is up, no one warranties them and no one wants to really wear them either.
Okay,
So
thank you.
they will stay in service because I don't want them to fall into other hands. So we will keep them for emergencies or something like that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? If not, we'll move that forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 9, ordinance of the city of Moberly, Missouri, authorizing the city manager to acquire certain property by purchase or condemnation.
So this item is relating to the small house that's essentially is a blighted old house that's grown up in shrubs and trees. Most of you have probably seen it directly in front of Heritage Hills Golf Course. So essentially this ordinance initiates the process of acquiring that property so we can get it cleaned up.
I have a question. How long does that usually take, that process?
The short answer is it varies. Mr. Thompson might be better suited to answer that question from a legal perspective.
I would think 6 months.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, moving that one forward. Okay, we'll show that, move that one forward. Anything else for work session? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn work session and go into closed session.
So moot.
Second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Okay, adjourn.